Alrighty, y'all. So today I am going to be giving you guys my honest thoughts about Rem in Nikke, right? I do think that now that we've kind of come to an end of the collab, right? It's still obviously going on for a while too, but once the characters come out, then the event is like that's when it's done, right? That's just how I always see it. Once we tested out Rem, once we tested out Amelia, I will be making a community post to add them to the community tier list, so stay tuned for that. But I do think, Rem is a great character. I do think she's a great character. I still do believe you should get one copy of her if you still haven't before she leaves forever, just because she is going to be a character who is good right now and is going to get only better with the release of other characters, right? When somebody needs a healer, she will be very good for that. Her damage output as a burst 2 is very, very good. And then obviously the buff to rocket launcher characters, right? And a lot of you guys are saying that you guys want Anichiro, so if I probably won't find it surprising if Rem is her best partner or one of her best options, because I expect Anichiro to also be a defender, where I know she's going to need heals and an attack buff from Rem, which is going to be the character to do that. Not only that, if Crown is the anniversary character, I expect Crown to also be a rocket launcher character as well. So or the half anniversary, but we'll see what happens then, right? In content, she's really good, right? I do think one thing that I really do like for rocket launcher specifically is that if you are using her burst skill, rocket launchers get ×2 the healing, right? Because the two allies, including herself, who already had the Rem the healer buff, they get healed from that, and then leave it to Rem, they also get an additional heal from that. So it's very, very nice that they get ×2 the heals when you enter the burst skill, which is very good for A2, very good for Scarlet, very good for, other healers as well, like who else, right? Who else is a healer that needs more heals, right? Like if I'm running 2 burst 1 characters, for example, right, and Noise is one of them, Rem is going to be one of those characters who can help her out a bunch. In PvP, I don't really think this character is that great, only because there's way too many burst 2 characters being ran in PvP already, right? You have Noah and Biscuit, and you do need a burst 3 character, and you do need a burst 1 character, right? And because Rem is not a burst 1, you can't have her on the team, then have Noah on the team, Jacko on the team, Biscuit on the team, and the burst 3, because then you would have to literally pick between Rem or Noah for their burst skill. And if you're not using Rem for her burst skill, she's not really helping out the team. I mean, she's helping out 2 rocket launchers, but she's not really, like, there's just no point of putting you there. So in PvP, I generally don't see her having much value. Against bosses, obviously I do. Should you get dupes for her? Now, if this collab came out a month ago, I would have said to get dupes, right? But just because of the current time and half anniversary being so close, I don't think you should get dupes. Do you need dupes? You don't need dupes, but it would be better if you got dupes because of her scaling, right? The more attack she has, the more damage she does. The more damage she does, the more heal you get. So the stronger she is, dupes wise, bond wise, whatever, however you make her stronger, that means she's going to be legit stronger, right? So it is a W there, but very, very good there. In solo, or not solo raid, in campaign, really good, right? As a supporter for the rocket launcher characters, my campaign team is obviously A2 and Scarlet. Usually I do flex it around a bit, but usually it is mainly A2 and Scarlet, and Rem does a good job. I know you guys are just seeing Rem, I apologize, right? She does a good job there, right? Not only that, the crit rate buff she gives herself is really good for the burst skill, right? I didn't really think it was going to be that I knew it was going to be that crazy at level 10, but at level 5, 20%, she crits like all the time, bro. It's very good as a machine gun. I think it's just crazy how much damage this character can do, right? Let me just show you guys what I mean, right? If we just do these 3 characters that go get to fire code, you guys will see how much damage she's able to do, right? And for a collab character to be this good, I do think that's crazy. I do think that's crazy for the game, because we're definitely gonna get future characters where it's like, okay, Rem is their best partner and there's just no way for you guys to get Rem. Literally the only way right now that I guess people are banking on is that collabs get treasures, and then once they get treasures, you literally make it that you're able to buy collab characters from the shop, like Nikke said you're gonna be able to do for characters that get treasure, right? So there is that. But if we take a look at her damage already, 8 million, 8.9 million, right? Scarlet, okay, well, let me wait for the full burst to end, right? Because mind you, you know, Scarlet is we're not even fully stacked up, I don't think. Oh, we are not fully stacked up, right? We have to wait to be fully stacked up, which we will be right now. Yeah, we're fully stacked up again. Okay, Ludmilla's burst skill is crazy, right? So now that we're fully stacked up, we're going to be fully stacked up right now. We're fully stacked up. Once you, I have a lot of ammo on her, so even with the reload, once you fully stack up with her, she's fully stacked up the entire game, right? Because the burst generation is going to be good enough with just these 4 characters alone. Look, as you guys see, burst skill, and then she's fully stacked up again. And her damage is quite good, right? My Scarlet's at 51 million and Rem is at 43 million, right? So you could see how good of a character she is. And my Rem is not even fully built, right? He's not even fully built yet. So you could see, and then the heals you get for this is just insane, right? It's just insane. You can really see how good this character is, bro. Oh my god, if she gave herself the attack buff when she used her own burst skill, she would honestly just be such a scary character, right? But oh, she lost her stacks, I guess. She lost her stacks, but yeah, 69 or 67 million for a burst 2 character is really good damage, because that's what some burst 3 characters are doing nowadays, right? Some burst 3 characters are doing 67 million, right? What's the final number in that whole run? It was basically 80 million, right? Some of the burst 3s are doing that number now, so it's quite scary, right? That a burst 2 that you will not be able to get ever again is doing that. And that's why I think you should get 1 copy of Rem now, because she's going to have so much value as a DPS, as a support, and a healer for time to come. So there is that. What I would have changed, right, about this character's kit though, the only things I would have changed is probably maybe I would have changed the attack buff to skill off of the caster's final attack. I think that would have been crazy though, right? If you were going to make it that only rocket launchers got this attack buff and she didn't get her own attack buff, I don't think it would have been a problem to give her an attack buff of the caster's final attack, which would then include the attack buff from her burst skill. Or her first skill, my bad. That would be very good, because then that would only go to rocket launches, right? If not that, then they should have made it that she at least herself, right? Like what they did with her second skill, where it says herself and 2 rocket launcher wielding allies. They should have done that with, rather than it all allies with a rocket launcher, herself and then units or allies with a rocket launcher get the attack buff. That would have been so good, because then she would have done even more damage, and then we would have got more heals out of her. So overall, those are the things I would have changed. Everything else, I love the character. I do think she's a pretty good character overall. But so far, the collab, right, I guess since this is a wrap-up ceremony of the characters, right, the collab characters have been pretty good, right? I'm glad that they will find use. I think Amelia will find use in the future. I think Rem will find use a lot for a lot of people. But you guys let me know what you think. What did you guys like about the character? What would you guys have changed? And if you guys are satisfied with the character, I personally am. So it's your boy Zxous. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next one. I'm out later. Peace.